Caloroga Shark Media.
Happy Thanksgiving. I'm Johnny Mac with 5 good news stories. When Chuck's Fish in Madison opens its doors today, there will be no prices on the menu, no reservations, and no limits on who's welcome. The restaurant is hosting Thanksgiving Day Feast, a free community meal open to anyone who wants a place at the table. It's running from 11 to 3. It continues a tradition that began more than 30 years ago at Chuck's sister restaurant, Harbor Docks in Destin, Florida. Chris, who's one of the partners at Chuck's Fish, said my partner Charles started doing it there more than 30 years ago. It's grown to be quite a production. They'll serve over 2,000 meals this Thanksgiving and donate all the proceeds to a local charity. Chris says the idea is that Thanksgiving is a time when everyone, no matter what life of walk you come from, deserves a good meal and good company. You could be homeless or a family having trouble making ends meet. You could be a student or worker away from home or family that just wants to come in and eat and not have to cook or do the dishes. This year, all proceeds from Madison Feast will benefit Madison Visionary Partners. Chris says what we don't do is actively ask for donations the day of the event. We never want anyone to feel obligated. The point is for everyone to sit under one roof and break bread together. If people want to donate, they'll find us and they'll do it from their heart. Chris says there's also a to-go option. He explains we make a couple hundred turkey sandwiches for folks to take home because for a lot of families, that leftover turkey sandwich later in the day is one of the best parts of Thanksgiving. Firefighters want you to be aware. Let me get the lilt out of my voice because this is serious. Be careful with the deep-fried turkeys. Officials say most Thanksgiving fires begin in the kitchen and are often the result of distractions while cooking. The Firefighters Association of New York State warns that busy kitchens can quickly become hazardous. In 2023, more than 1,400 fires were reported at Thanksgiving, the highest number recorded on any day that year. Tips include keep the workspace clean, turn the pot handles inward, keep flammable items such as paper towels and oven mitts away from the stove, keep the fire extinguisher nearby. David's in the PR for the firefighters and says, we want everyone to have a happy and safe Thanksgiving. You're coming together with family. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. There's a lot of things that go right. If you're following proper fire safety precautions, you're going to have a great Thanksgiving. Don't deep fry the turkey indoors. They say do it outside at a safe distance from anything that can catch fire. They note that placing a frozen turkey into hot oil can cause the oil to overflow and ignite if it reaches an open flame. Nice job in Dallas. The Feed the Streets outreach, Streets with a Z at the end, is partnering with the Martin Luther King Jr. Community Center. It's the 10th annual Thanksgiving Blessing event. Founded in 2016, Feed the Streets focuses on addressing food insecurity, homelessness, and community empowerment by offering hot meals and emergency support. Nice job by those folks. Hey, keep an eye on your pets. Vets are reminding pet owners, be cautious about what food you share with the dogs. Okay, here's the list. Safe. Sweet potatoes. Yes, sweet potatoes are a safe option as long as they're served plain. Dr. Gary says sweet potatoes are a great source of dietary fiber, vitamin B6, vitamin C, and beta-carotene. However, pet owners should avoid sweet potato dishes that include marshmallows, sugar, or syrup. Safe. Plain potatoes, baked or boiled. Not so good. Mashed potatoes made with butter, cream, onions, or garlic. Keep that off the dog's plate. Safe. Fresh apples. Dr. Gary tells us apples are full of vitamins A and C and contain lots of great fiber, making them a healthy Thanksgiving treat for your pet. However, dogs should only have slices with the core and seeds removed. All right, John, what about the turkey? Dr. Sarah says sparingly and only if unseasoned. Don't give your dogs any turkey skin or bones due to the risk of pancreatitis. Wow. And Dr. Gary says plain green beans, peas, and pumpkin, all safe as long as they're not prepared with butter, spices, or sugar. I can envision my dog sitting on my right hand right now, making that face that they do. Like many people in Oakland, 16-year-old JoJo had heard plenty of stories of Gerald, the feisty turkey that was harassing visitors to the city's Rose Garden. JoJo went to see what this was all about and hid behind a tree, but Gerald the Turkey soon saw JoJo. The bird started stalking JoJo menacingly. Gerald the Turkey chased JoJo up the hill and out of the park. She lost both her shoes in the process. Other reports were similar. Gerald the Turkey would spot an unsuspecting victim from across the garden. He'd take off running, chasing them away. If you stood your ground against the turkey would mount you and scratch you until you fled. When Gerald the Turkey was angry, he puffed off his chest, towering over 4 feet tall. And he was pretty quick. An adult male turkey can weigh up to 25 pounds and run at 25 miles per hour and fly at 55. Wait, I thought turkeys couldn't fly. Didn't we watch that WKRP episode? I can't get into that right now. I'm telling you a story. A debate emerged. What could we do? Should we ban visitors from the park? Should we move Gerald the Turkey somewhere else? Or maybe option number 3, which we don't even want to talk about. 3 city agencies and the State Department of Fish and Wildlife became involved. An expert animal trapper was called in. One group said, lose the garden, keep the turkeys. Another said, I'm an animal lover, but come on, people. The anti-turkey people said turkeys aren't even native to California. A petition, 13,000 signatures, wanted to save the turkey. The other groups posted wanted signs encouraging, not the good option for the turkey. Eventually, the decision was made to capture and relocate the turkey to a less populated part of the city. However, even that was complicated. Reports say that staff from Animal Services and the Department of Fish and Wildlife used ground nets, net guns, robotic turkey calls, and an umbrella painted to resemble a male turkey. None of that worked. They tried leaving out blueberries and almonds. None of that worked. They had to call in Wildlife Emergency Services. They stalked the turkey. Rebecca works for those guys. She decided to act like an old woman. The turkey was like, ooh, an old woman. I'll attack her. Rebecca grabbed the turkey by the neck and explains, he had this stunned look on his face. I'll never forget his expression. It was like he was saying, what, me? The turkey was moved to a patch of wildland in the hills of Berkeley. Not the worst outcome for a turkey, especially on Thanksgiving. And those are your 5 good news stories for today. Happy Thanksgiving.